Yes, hello. I am Andy Millar, and during the day, my regular work day, I'm a chartered civil engineer and I work for Auckland Transport. In my spare time, however, I play in a two-piece rock and roll band. I've played in bands overseas and in New Zealand quite extensively, and I after finishing with a six-piece band, I started concentrating on playing solo music. But for the material that I was doing, I wanted to bring in some kind of rhythm section, and started to think about a drummer. And that's when I approached my friend Martin, Robot Man, Beat Man, Horsepull, and asked him if he would drum.
This is Dirty Murder, by the way. I should double mention. How long have you guys been kicking around for in this setup?
Not too long, actually.
Well, I think Andy's been on his own for quite a while.
Well, the drums attached to you as well at some point?
No.
I think Andy did a few solo things, and then he realised that he needed some sort of beats behind him. And
Yeah,
he
but
invited me
TikTok.
I don't know, maybe about 6 months ago.
Yeah, about 6 months. Yeah,
Yeah,
good shit.
persuaded me to come down.
That's a good time. It's a good time.
yeah, it's just good fun.
Yeah, it is good.
Right
fun.
on.
Okay, yeah, my name's Martin Horsepull, and yeah, I play percussion and occasionally bass with Dirty Murder. That's about it. I was about to go to sleep one night and I had a text from Andy, and he was saying, how'd you fancy joining me in my one-man band, making it a two-man band? And I already play in another band, and I've got a full-time job, and I got another sort of hobby job making robots and things, and I thought, oh man, I don't know if I've got time in my life for another thing. So I texted him back and saying, oh, maybe I'll come around on Wednesday and talk about it and have a chat and a jam. So I borrowed a snare drum from somebody and went along, and I think I've been going every Wednesday since.
And these instruments as well, like they look like they're from the ground up, these things.
They certainly are, yeah. They're various items of finding and detritus and flotsam and jetsam, yeah.
Right on.
There's no high tech going on here.
Nah, we're in for some grimy blues.
My father is a joiner and cabinet maker, and I remember watching his skills and slowly trying to emulate them and pick them up. Therefore I started to carve wood, make wood carvings, and continued painting. But then as I learned more about older blues music and understood that when people couldn't afford to buy instruments because they were so dirt poor, they would make their own, and that intrigued me.
I'm probably known as the Robot Man because I make metal sculptures, and I go around and I really enjoy sort of collecting vintage metal objects from the 1950s and 60s. And I sort of I strip things down and I reassemble them and I cobble them together into sculptures, sometimes dogs like these, or sometimes robots or like ray guns. But yeah, I find that I'm sort of compelled to, as well as collecting vintage objects, I'm compelled to make things, and construct, and yeah, I've just got to be making things as well as making a racket.
On this guitar that he's playing here, it's an old cigar box. He's got a bullet as the...
Yeah, I just noticed that. Every time I look at it, I see something else.
More threatening stuff. Yeah.
Is any of these a gun? We should be sweet.
Yeah. There's a security guard just appeared at the door. I've been ushered out. So as I learned more about those, I thought, well, I can combine hopefully my woodworking skills to let's try and make an instrument. And I made my first cigar box guitar, which is hanging on the wall, and it worked really quite well. It took me by surprise. So I made another one and added to that, and added additional bits and pieces, and improved on the next instrument by learning from the mistakes that I made working on the first one, and found that these things can really make a fantastic howl. So that's where it really took off from.
I have like one snare drum, and attached to the snare drum, well, there's a stomp box, which is basically a box with a microphone inside. Attached to my snare drum, I've got a small crash cymbal. I've got a 1960s aluminium lamp, which has got light inside it, and I hit it and it sounds like a closed hi-hat. And it's like very, very metallic sound. I've got a 1970s ashtray with a couple of cymbals on it. And next to that, yeah, I got a small like a samba hand drum. So this combination of all that is the sort of rhythm section, and I play it with like metal like brushes, which gives it its very sort of traditional sort of rockabilly sound. And also, so at Christmas, Andy bought me. Andy made this bass guitar, which is that thing there, and. So I had that for Christmas, so I've been learning to play the bass again. So we are introducing not just guitar and drums, we've got some tracks where they've got guitar and bass now. And we get to play, but I mean, we could play more. Basically, I think we just stumble across gigs. That's our policy.
Gig more this year than we did really a great deal last year. It's becoming harder and harder to get gigs. That's really through the death of smaller and medium-sized live music venues in Auckland and Greater New Zealand for that matter. It's an odd thing because we put so much effort into it, as all of my friends do, and I don't think venue owners actually realise how much effort really goes in to having to put on having a live show. You know, we practice at least once a week, and there's transport of all of our gear. We played a gig about a month ago. The venue owner said it was the best night he had ever had in his place, and then he skipped out without paying us. But you know, if you took umbrage to things like that, you would never play. And it's the passion of playing that really is, and it really keeps it going. Yeah, it is difficult to keep your enthusiasm going sometimes, because you know, you play gigs and you try to seek out gigs and speak to venue owners about putting on a gig, and payment is just sometimes not forthcoming and not available.
If we get paid for gigs, that's a bonus. But if we just play some gigs, that's a bonus as well. You know, I'm not saying we want to play for free, but we do play for free, yeah, quite often. but you know, if we get money from it, that's great. So I think just doing it is the main thing. Yeah, that's the fun bit.
When you have passion for music, when you see people dancing in a live scenario, when you strike up a particular song or they're singing along to lyrics that you wrote, it's a fantastic thing. It's so rewarding, and that's the passion that will keep it going.
I've lived a lot of my life by sort of following your dreams. If you see a door that's open, you should definitely go through it. Don't hesitate. And if you see a sign, there's always a sign. There's something there. You don't want to get to old age where you can't do what you want to do because of bad health or whatever. You just have to do what you have to do. You know, if you want to be, you know, musician, just join a band. If you want to be an artist, be an artist. If you want to be, you know, librarian, knock on the door of the library. You know, just yeah, you'll see signs. That's the reason we're here.
Take what you love and take it in a new direction. That's what I would say to anyone who has a passion about anything, whether it be reading or writing or painting or carving or playing music. Think about what you love about it and extract the best thing about it and accentuate it. Make a caricature of it and take it off in that avenue. Make it something of your own, and you will not be disappointed, because it becomes a driving force for you. It's a fantastic thing, because people want to see something different. They don't want to go out and see something that's exactly a copycat image of something that they've seen before and something that they think they're about to expect. Do it your own way and enjoy it. That's all I can say.